Indianapolis Colts. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, Kamara. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mariota now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Jones. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Ebron caught left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Now a first down throw. Luck. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They'll fake it. Now Luck. Oh, battle over here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's Luck now on second down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Luck. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Quincy. Wilson in on the stop. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Second down, Mariota. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Mariota again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Mariota. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Vic Beasley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. After the run, Luck on the throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got him in, complete. The 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 95 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Dancing to his left. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
To throw on second down is Luck. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They run with Hines. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Hines. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A shotgun snap for Love. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
First down, Mariota. Forced out to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Play fake. Mariota. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, they really need to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Mariota. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hairston. "15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Luck. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On first down, it's Long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Luck to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now it's Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back to throw. Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. How
many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Mariota now on second down. Going deep here for Matthews. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guy. Will get the football back. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On second down, here's Love. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the backup Savage. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On first down, it's Savage. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephon Anthony in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Savage leading his guys up following the sack. They face a third and long. Out of the gun, Savage. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. From the gun, Mariota. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Able to push his way through. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he's got some space here. It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it is 28-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Green 39. Green 39. Hot!
Here's Savage now on second. And he fends him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Vic Beasley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Gone. 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 Hot!
Third and long. It's Savage. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown of the new season. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri can point, and that will extend this big lead. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Matthews has it right side. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now it's Savage. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. To the air again, Savage. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. That'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Again throwing. It's Savage. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be third and 13.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Kill. Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. Detroit. Let's see what you got.
Throwing again is Savage. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Matt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Blue 90.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
1
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again. Savage. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. He's at the 30, the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Lutz with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll run with Matt, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun!
From the gun, here's Savage. Looking left side, and it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Indianapolis,